Well, today is Wednesday. It's like 41 degrees outside, and it is 8:15, 8:18, 8:15. Today I wanted to show you a little bit about what I started on Monday and Tuesday. I didn't do a video on the actual planting of the seeds in the cells because there's so many of them outside. I think anybody who's watching right now, they know how to put a seed in soil. So I just wanted to show you what I am planting, and then I'm going to take you out to the greenhouse and show you what I have planted. And some of the starts are in the greenhouse. They've been in the greenhouse for a while, and some, I think I got some growing in the beds. Okay, so let's get going. Thanks again, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my page. Thank you. I also wanted to show you what I have in my front lawn today. One of them is looking right at me. That's Mama. And then the one over there, we call her Precious. And the one right there, we call Pretty Girl. Okay, let's get back to the video. This year I want to try something different. I have 2 bedrooms upstairs. They're smaller rooms, but they are upstairs, and that's what I used to do my growing in. But this year, as I'm getting a little bit older, I decided, let me bring it downstairs for now. I don't do a lot of starts inside the house. I don't have a huge garden that I could do a lot of starts, and I don't sell starts to people, or I don't sell plants to people. So it's not very big, but I wanted to show you. Now those top 2 trays, I just got done yesterday ordering heat mats for them because I do need 2 more heat mats. Then down below, there are heat mats, and as you can see, all the water condensation on the top because they are in heat mats. So let me show you them. Now I am in zone 6B, which is Wise County, Virginia. And we're like Southwest Virginia. We're in the Appalachian Mountains. So I start my starts now. And these are my pepper seeds. And as you can tell, I've got 2 rows of mixed bell peppers, 2 rows of red peppers. And the reason why I want to do that is because I love making stuffed peppers and then freezing them. So on days that it's kind of like you don't feel like cooking in the winter, so you pop them out and they're nice and easy. And then I've got 4 rows of cayenne peppers, and that's because I made the other day, well, about a couple weeks ago, I made a cayenne pepper rub, and I'm waiting to see how well it does. I put it on my shoulder last night, and it seemed to help a lot. So I'm going to try growing more cayenne peppers and making some more cayenne rub. And cayenne is very healthy for you. It has a lot of benefits to inside your good working body, should we say. So I want to grow more of them and be able to use it more. And over here, I did 4 rows of chamomile, 4 rows of mullein. Chamomile is phenomenal for putting in teas to calm you down. So I wanted to grow a lot of chamomile. Mullein, this is the first year I'm growing it. I'm growing it for medicinal uses. So I will let everybody know how well it does as we go on. Then down here, I have my spoon tomatoes, which I'm trying this year, and cherry tomatoes. I wanted grape, but I had a bunch of cherry tomato seeds that I saved from last year, so I decided just to grow cherries again. And this is a tray of Amish paste. I love my paste tomatoes because I make sauce with them. I make ketchup. I make my own barbecue sauce. There's a bunch of different things. So I love my Amish paste. And as you'll see with the next row, how I love my paste. Tomatoes. Now these were the ones that are on the bottom shelf, and I brought them up on top so you could see it. But I've got 4 rows of Roma, and I've got 4 rows of plum tomatoes. Then over here, it's in plastic, and I'll explain that in a minute. I have 4 different types of basil I'm going to be growing. I have blue basil, I have blue basil, purple basil, regular basil, and cinnamon basil. Can't wait to try the cinnamon basil. Okay, so when you're growing tomatoes, basil, chamomile, but let's start off. When you're growing tomatoes, you want them on a heat mat until they germinate. Once they germinate and they get up a little bit, then you could take the dome off of it, but you want them with light. They require light. Okay? Now with your basil, same thing. Basil needs the heat. When they germinate, then you turn around and take off the plastic and put light on it. Now when it comes time for chamomile and mullein, they do not need a heat mat. They don't require the heat to germinate. So I don't need a heat mat, but when they germinate and they get a little bit bigger, I need to put them under light. Or I could take them out to my greenhouse, depending upon how warm it is. So now that I talked about the greenhouse, let's go on out to the greenhouse. There's my pretty girl. See, I'm close by her and they don't even move. They know that we feed them. There's my precious girl, and I'm only about maybe 15 feet from her. I think she's enjoying camera time. So here's my greenhouse. What I did this year was, for the winter, I put a sheet over the door, giving it a little bit more protection from the cold wind. And I guess Mr. Buddy wants some camera time also. Okay, in this first bed, I had some old carrot seeds. So I threw them in here to see if they would even germinate. And I've got like 4 growing. That's it, just 4. Here is my next bed, and these are cabbage. I guess watching some people's videos, I was behind the 8 ball. But that's okay. If they come up, they come up, which is good. Over here, I have nothing right now. And then Monday, I planted Swiss chard. And it looks like I could have a little one coming up. So we will see. Right there, I have lemon balm. And then another empty bed, which I will be putting the red Swiss chard, Vulcan Swiss chard. This one's got silver beet, so it's 5 different colors. Over here, I've got my spinach, which is doing good. The only thing is I got the bugs eating it, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do for that one. And this one's potatoes. Those 2 plants were planted earlier. I think that was a potato that I had from last year. Potatoes that were left in the ground. Then I've got my water container. Then over here, under plastic, I have some of the starts that I've started a while ago, a couple weeks ago. And I brought them out here because they are well enough that will support being here in the greenhouse. This greenhouse is just a cattle panel greenhouse, 10 by 20. And it doesn't have a heater in it. But hopefully this summer I may have a fan in it. So let me take off the plastic and show you inside. Okie doke. So I took off the plastic. And I have down here, I have lavender. On top of the lavender, I have some oregano. And then over here, I have, can't find my finger anywhere, so forget it. I have 8 dill peppers. It was one of those free packs that you get from Baker Creek Seeds, which I love Baker Creek Seed Company. Then at the end, I've got 3 parsley plants. And then I've got 4 lettuce plants. And I think 3 of them are the Merlot lettuce and 1 is Butter Crunch. And look at this. Look at this Merlot lettuce. Isn't that look beautiful? I think I'm almost ready to harvest a little bit, but not quite yet. What I'd like to do is take it out of this pot and put it into that pot down there. And then grow it with a couple others and make nice heads of lettuce. Underneath these, in the beds, there's nothing in it right now. It's still too cold to plant some of the stuff that I want to plant. Then in my window here in small planters, I've got a parsley, an oregano, and a parsley. Here is a look of the new kitchen garden I made last year. I don't know if everybody remembers, but I never had all these raised beds up. It was just to the ground. And I would get a lot of leaves and debris in there, and it was very hard to keep up with. So what I did is I have a friend whose husband, these aren't actually raised beds. These are like shipping things that they ship things in for the company. So we made raised beds with them, and she gave me this great idea. So that's what I did with this. So I'll be putting in a lot more stuff this year, but let me go over and show you what I have done. In here is my lemon balm. So it's coming, I'm sorry, this is mint. I'm sorry, my apologies. This is mint, and as you can see, I've got a lot of new growth in it. And then I'll be putting basil, oregano, thyme, all different things in here. This is brand new thyme that I just did a couple weeks ago. Yeah, quite a few weeks ago. And it's starting, it's coming up. Now over here, I don't know if it's going to make it, but that was a transplant that used to be in here. And I wanted to see if I could put it in here and get it back to life again. As you can see, I still got leaves in here. Those are 2 lavenders that I'm trying to grow. I don't know if it's going to make it or not. This was a thyme that I also had in this garden, lemon thyme, so it smells so good. That I started in here. I'm also seeing if it's going to work. And this is my lemon balm. And this is just a planter I have over there that's got succulents. They grow beautiful every year, then they die off, they look horrible, and then they start coming back like that. Ooh, and I also got a weed in there I got to get rid of. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like I said, I did plant my tomatoes, or I started them, and they're inside the house. I started these tomatoes because those are the tomatoes I use. My husband and I rarely make like a tomato sandwich, or we rarely take those big tomatoes and cut it and put it on hamburgers. So I did not grow them this year. I'd much prefer growing the plum, the Amish paste, and the Roma tomatoes, because I make a lot with that, which I'll show you as I'm going on this year. And I planted the spoon tomatoes for the first time because it was a free packet of seeds, and I'm dying to see what they taste like. I hear all you need is like 1 plant and you'll get many, many, many tomatoes. And then I planted my, not my grape, my cherry tomatoes, because I like them in salads. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a comment if you have one. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see coming up. Okay, everyone? Again, if you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you'll subscribe to the Paletti Rosa Homestead. Thanks, everyone, and have a great and blessed day today. Bye.